Hey guys, what's going on? It's Let's Ride USA here, and we are back with another KLX 140 build series video. Now, judging by the looks of this, the bike doesn't look too great, and there's a big story behind why the bike kind of looks like this. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad, just the front fender is off, but believe me, there's a reason for that. So back in January when we did the last KLX 140 build series video, I installed the KX85 front number plate and then also the front fender. And the plan was I was gonna go back to school, we were gonna order up a couple more parts, and then when I came home in the summer, we would just install those parts, and they were just kind of cosmetic parts and stuff to kind of make the bike look cool. And then it would be pretty much good to go for the build series. However, I came back about a week ago to find that the bike was just making this weird, sound, and it was also just not running right. Like you would give it gas and the rear wheel basically like just wouldn't go. It seemed like the clutch was slipping really bad. So I ended up taking it to a mechanic to have them look at it because I really thought that the clutch was just completely fried, and that's a little bit beyond my mechanical abilities. So took it to the mechanic, got it back a couple days ago, and turns out the clutch was actually fine. The clutch lever was actually the issue, and it just needed to be adjusted properly because I guess it was way too tight and there wasn't any play in the clutch, which was causing it to slip. So they ended up adjusting clutch lever. Clutch lever feels really good. They also ended up changing the oil and also adjusting the rear chain for us. So now the bike is in pretty good mechanical condition. But there was still one problem I was noticing with this bike when I got it back from the mechanic. So I took it out for a test ride and it was running fine until it started making this really weird rattling sound, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. So I ended up taking the front fender off because I thought it was the front fender rattling around. Wasn't that. Ended up taking the exhaust heat shield off because I know that was a little bit loose. That didn't seem to help the issue. So actually this morning, came out here and tried one last option to see if I could get rid of that rattling sound, and it ended up being these motor mounts. So all that ended up happening is this top motor mount became loose, which was causing this really weird rattling sound, but we were able to fix that up just by tightening it. So we're gonna kind of be addressing that issue today in the build series. But now that I'm done talking about what happened with this bike, let's talk about what we're gonna do with the bike. So first, the plan is to reinstall the KX85 front fender because we lost 3 bolts, have no idea where they are. They're lost out in the trails. For whatever reason, they just became loose, and I don't know where they are. So we gotta go to Home Depot, pick up some new bolts to reinstall that. Gonna grab some Loctite to make sure that this does not become loose anymore, and really just secure that to get rid of that rattling sound. And then finally, we got some new bars that we're gonna install because these bars are completely bent. They really need to be replaced. So we actually already ordered up some Tusk Racing handlebars that we're gonna throw on right now. And yeah, so that's gonna be what's going on in this video. Let's get to it. Actually, the bars are not Tusk. They are these Turner bars. Never really heard of this company before, but these were $25 bars off of Motorsport. So ordered these up and want to see how they work. Looks like they're a little bit smaller of a bend than the stock, which is interesting because I think we got these in the CR high bend. So that's gonna be interesting to see what those are like on the KLX 140. I always want to say KX, but it's a KLX. And then we also picked up these tan grips. I'm gonna throw those on now. And yeah, I've actually never installed bars before, but can't be too hard, right? So let's see how this goes. All right, guys, check it out. We've got the bars all installed. They are looking great. Got these fresh tan grips, black bars. They're looking really good with this setup. Sorry I didn't get to film the whole process of installing the bars, just because like I mentioned before, this was my first time putting bars on, and I just wanted to give it my full attention, made sure I did everything right. Ran into a little issue with the throttle tube, started sticking, it just wasn't fitting perfectly, but I think we got it to the best possible way. Right now it seems to be working fine. We just took it out on a test ride, made sure that the levers, bars, and the brake lever were all in the right position. And I think we got it to a pretty comfortable setup that we're pretty happy with. Now we're gonna move from the bars to start tearing this thing down, because we have got a new graphics kit to install.